All right, I don't think that I'm going to do a full thing here. Probably not going to do a full 15-minute little intro there. I'm going to have to turn up my gain significantly because I don't have my normal mic arm to put it right up against my mouth. Hopefully that doesn't sound too terrible. Actually, wait, hold on. Advanced audio properties. Let's see what it sounds like if I do monitor. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay. I got you. Let's go. Let's see here. All right, how's it going, guys? Oh man, you know what? Let me go ahead and move all of the stuff on my desktop over here. There we go. It's all nice and clean now. Let's see. We pause all of the playbacks on everything. Go ahead and like the stream so people will come through and chat. All right. Oh, and you know what I totally forgot to do? I forgot to make an announcement in the Discord. Copy. Let's go to the announcements and make an announcement to everyone. Alrighty. Amateur streamer, pro memer. Very true. Very true. All right. Let's see here. All right. So one thing that I want to, I might have to hold my mic. That might be the more comfortable thing to do. Hopefully, listen, I'm going to kind of hold the mic a little bit. I miss the old background. The old background will be mostly in effect, okay? Actually, no, I can't hold the microphone because I just changed all of the settings, so I can't change the microphone. I'm just gonna have to lean down like this. But this is the new place. This will not be the room. Add a green screen? I wish I could. I've never even attempted to do a green screen on anything, so I can't do a green screen. But, yeah, this isn't the official streaming room. That's in that direction somewhere. Just for some reason, the Wi-Fi is giving me like 3 megabytes per second or megabits per second download speed and like 0.2 upload speed. So I can't stream from the room that I'm normally going to be in. And we have to figure out a way to get an Ethernet cord from all the way over here, all the way in there. So we're going to be grifting you guys for money. All right, it's time to have the donations flow. All right, because this is going to be my only form of income until I'm able to have a real job over here. Which I sent out one application today and saved a bunch of others because my resume wasn't up to date enough. But we'll be working on that. In the meantime, gonna be bleeding you guys. For like $20, you can put your desktop on Wi-Fi. My desktop has Wi-Fi. It's just that the Wi-Fi sucks shit. The Wi-Fi sucks shit. I have Wi-Fi on this computer. It just won't. I don't know what the deal is because my girlfriend's computer is getting 300 whatever uploads or download speed. But for some reason, my computer isn't. And to be honest, any $20 I get is probably going to be going towards food, is probably going to be going through, or going to, utilities and, rent, whatever the fuck. So if you guys are feeling generous, hook a brother up. I don't have basically any. Wait, hold on. Why do I have? I don't think I need those. Those are old. Yeah, so I'm sitting just on the floor right now. I have a laundry basket holding up my keyboard, and we're gonna catch up on the news just a wee bit. Where's the best place to dono? The Stream Elements link is the best one because that one goes straight to me. Which I appreciate anything that you like drop in there. But let's see, where should we go first? Well, probably YouTube, right? Everyone's favorite home for perfect information. Oh, look at that, we got an Econo boy. We can look at some news things here. I've been watching. Let me tell you guys a little bit about the drive up here. The entire drive up here, I was driving, but my friend who was in the car with me had never seen Dragon Ball Z Abridged. So I just put on Dragon Ball Z Abridged and I listened to it and they watched it all, like basically the 21-hour drive all the way up here. Last night was the first night in a week that I had 8 hours or more of uninterrupted sleep. The most I had for the week leading up to last night was, I think, 3 hours at a time. Something like that. I was talking about DBZ Abridged with your wife the other day. Yeah, no, that shit's it's fucking sublime. It's actually one of the funniest things YouTube has to offer, but people just sleep on it because it's not they don't have, consistent, updates or new videos to it. Check out suggestions. Okay, I'll look at suggestions. Where did I put Discord? I'm not sure how many of the suggested I'm not sure how many of the suggested I should actually go through because so much has changed just in the past, what is it? Today is the 22nd. In the past 3, 4, 5 days, everything has been changing so rapidly.
Anna and I were talking about this earlier.
Oh, Jesus.
Kamala Harris actually been doing a little bit better on the stump.
Pause.
So that's a little...
Thank you. Let's see here. New week, new conspiracies. Man, that's something that is super. I have a vid on luxury beliefs you should watch. I remember you linking that. I should look at that. Let me look for it. Luxury beliefs. We'll definitely watch that. It's like the cycle of life. Yeah, except for well, I guess the Republican politicians are like the predators, both of, everyday life and of children. If we look at the recent leaks about Donald Trump and Epstein, the Biden or the Trump supporters are like the decomposers, because they just feed on all of the shit that comes out of the Republican politicians, and the Democrats are like prey. They're like the herbivores, because they keep the peace. They try to keep the peace as best as they can, and the Democrats, they get constantly just eaten alive by the insane Republican apparatus. I will say this: when I didn't think that Biden was going to drop out. I thought that was like an actually insane move, and I still do. I think that Biden getting dropped out. Also, one second, I just looked at my camera for the first time, and Jesus Christ, I'm pale as a ghost. One second, configure video. Let's see if we can. Camera control, exposure. Can we go even lower with that? Oh, look at that. I actually look like a human being. Oh, that looks kind of dark and edgy though. Should I go with the dark and edgy, or should I go with the realistic lighting? Because this is unacceptable. I think dark and edgy. I'm gonna go dark and edgy. But anyways, when I saw that Biden was actually dropping out, I was like, well, there we go. The Democrats are just forfeiting. They're just forfeiting. Well, what's coming out about the Secret Service, the Dems are like prey? Well, I'm going to have to look at that, because I haven't followed any of that. Today has been me looking at jobs, has been me pulling my computer stuff out so that I can look at jobs, setting it up, figuring out that our Wi-Fi speed sucks. So I haven't seen anything with the Secret Service. I just literally haven't had time to look at it. But you know what I have seen is way more rallying around Kamala Harris than I ever would have expected immediately after Biden drops out, right? Which I, again, still think was a bad move. I still think that Biden dropping out is the Democrat leadership forfeiting. I do. But I think that in their forfeiture, something good can come out of it, because again, man, the amount of support that Kamala Harris is getting right now, and on top of that, the shit show from the Republican side. The conservatives have no fucking clue, because they haven't been given their marching orders yet. The Republicans are losing their fucking minds, bro. They don't know which vector to attack, because it was just repeat over and over and over and over and over that Biden is old. Biden is old. And did you remember that Biden is old? And he's old. Biden's old. Kamala comes into play now. Now Trump is, 84 years old or some shit? Wait, no, he's 80 years old. I guess. Guess what? Through the power of the internet, we can learn anything. 78 years old. So by the time he would be done with his, by the time of the midterms, he would be 80 years old, right? Just not a good, I don't know, guys. 78 years old seems like a little old to me for a president to be, but they don't know how to, we make that joke. We make that joke because it's obvious that Republicans have been harping on this over and over and over. It's age, it's age, it's age. Look at all the flubs he's making. Donald Trump, yeah, maybe sometimes he mixes up his words, but it's not as bad as Biden. Well, what is their, instead of a negative approach to advocating for Donald Trump, the Democrats will do this, They don't have a positive reason to say for Donald Trump at all. Their only pro Donald Trump point that they had that wasn't a negative against the Democrats was, look, Donald Trump is of sound mind. He's not mixing up people's names. Even though he totally was mixing up people's names. Now there's a 60-year-old running against him. And I also, during the break, I got unbanned from Twitter, so why is it immediately JStalk? Don't care. Don't care. Let me go to my... Where's profile? Sorry, we're also going to go through a couple of memes, okay? Because some of these memes are top tier. Oh my god, is that the background noise? There we go. That ought to work because I'm leaning forward like this. Where is Hillary when they need her? No, we don't need Hillary. We don't need Hillary. Shut up, Sieg. But like, how about you walk to a polling place and vote on that thing? Excellent meme. Okay. But like, this is the tier. This is where we're at with the Republicans. This is all they can come up with. This is all they got. Is the potential for 8 years? I know. Yeah, I wonder why so many women vote Democrat. Like, the second there's a woman in the race, it's this. It's this. It's this. It's this. As soy as it is to say, right? Women voting, and you can see this with all the far right people, right? All the far right people like Andrew Wilson and all of these like big meme accounts on Twitter who are like Melanie Mack and, you know, all of the big right-wing accounts on Twitter, they're against the 19th Amendment. They don't want women to vote because women vote Democrat. But, you know, you could get women to vote Republican if you didn't do shit like this. You'd be able to get women voting Republican in much higher numbers if they didn't feel like you hated them. Plus the fact that Democrats being in control for this long will probably prevent any huge economic crashes like always historically happens. Well, I wouldn't like make it, because we don't know what's going to happen in the next couple of years. There's just like any kind of economic guesswork like that is going to be really tough. Oh shit. Working with only 2 monitors is, God, I feel poor because I can't slide it over to a third screen. I guess I technically could, like right now, run into the other room and grab a TV, but I feel like that's way too much work. Yeah, I think that the like making a guesswork like economic crashes won't happen because the Democrats in office, you know. I mean, yeah, true on that one, Tron. But like I'm just excited about like the amount of like screeching going on with the conservatives. Like, look at this one from 2 years ago. Trump would be 82 at the end of term, which is too old to be chief executive of anything, let alone the United States of America. If DeSantis runs against Biden in 2024, then DeSantis will easily win. He doesn't even need to campaign. Jesus. Kamala Harris. Where's the music coming from? I'm actually the meme game for Kamala is actually hella good already. Oh yeah. Also, there's something else I'm probably gonna want to talk about, which is uh all the lefties who were saying that Biden needs to drop out of the race so that we can beat Trump. You know, either the progressives or far lefties. Um, Now, I don't know what the Young Turks have said yet, right? So that's something I'm interested to see. But it's always disingenuous, and this is why I see the Dems pushing Biden out as a capitulation, because none of the criticisms from far lefties were in good faith, right? None of the critiques from progressives or from Republicans were in good faith. Because immediately they're like, oh, Biden dropped out like you guys, like we kept on telling you guys we wanted. Oh, so you guys actually did force Biden out of the race? Okay, so you listened to us. But Kamala Harris is a cop, not just a meme, a cop. They had no intention. It was all bad faith. Nobody who said Joe Biden needs to step out of the race right now from the punditry or from the online space were saying it in good faith. Now, I will take that back only if and only I see examples of individuals. I'll give them credit. So like if Cenk Uygur comes out and says, all right, he dropped out. This is perfect. This is good. I'm glad about this. Now we have a young person that's running against Trump. We have a chance, and we should all rally around Kamala Harris. I'm 100% behind Kamala Harris. Then I will say I'm 100% eating my words. I'm proud of Cenk for actually, like making an ask of the Democrats and then not walking back and saying it wasn't good enough. I'll eat my words. I think you missed some life-changing news, dude. Richard Simmons died. I heard about that. And like the day before he died, I actually stumbled upon let me see if I can find it. Here, one sec. Let me just go here. Are you serious? Okay, well, I guess it got deleted from my watch history. Let me see if I can find... Whose line is it anyway? We'll just watch a short clip of this super quick.
Let's continue the show with a game called, I love this game, Living Scenery. This is for Ryan, Colin, and Wayne. And Richard Simmons, everybody. Richard Simmons.
All right.
Look at the scenery through the little telescopes they have
All
here.
right.
Look, there's an island over there.
An island?
Yeah. This one wants more coins. Okay.
Fuck. And then the jet skis. Wait, hold on.
Did you?
Yes.
What can we do? Hey, why don't we get out the deck chairs?
Alrighty.
You get the shiny one.
Okay.
Honey?
This one's wet. Gotta dry it up.
I was watching that literally the day before the news came out that he died. And I just like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. What are we gonna do? Oklahoma school superintendent. What does that mean, Aaron Small? Can you give me some context? Did something big happen in Oklahoma? Because, again, I have been moving across the country for the past, 20 days. I basically haven't been able to, keep up with the news super hard. So if there's something that you want me to look at, I'll totally look at it. Yeah, but there was something on Twitter that I wanted to. Oh, I mean, there's also this one. It's so good. It is so good. It made me a Kamala supporter watching that video. Also, something that really fucked me up, guys, not gonna lie. Something that really fucked me up. We went to Goodwill near our new place. And there was an ass ton of Evangelion merch. I mean, I found 5 Evangelion t-shirts, an Evangelion alarm clock, and they were spread out across different sections, like women's shirts, men's shirts, electronics. Is this area just God's strongest soldier for Evangelion? Anyways, Aaron Small, tell me what to look up for the Oklahoma school superintendent. Tell me what to look up and I'll look it up. We'll look at it. All right. Anyways, let's see here. Oh, this is also amazing.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Also, unironically, first off, I need someone to find me this video. Okay? Let's see if we can find it super quick.
Coming up on the TV News tonight at 8, Democratic presidential candidate Senator Kamala Harris apologized for laughing and saying, quote, well said at a campaign event where South Asian...
She should never have apologized. She should never have apologized. Oh, cool. Now that the sun has gone down a little bit, now my camera's super dark. 1 second. Configure video. Camera control. Back up to 6. There we go. Apply. Okay. She should never have apologized.
Asian audience member called President Trump, quote, mentally retarded. Harris said she did not hear or process the man's comment and would have stopped and corrected him. Now,
oh, come on. No. No. Don't care. Come on. There's got to be a clip of this online somewhere, right? Someone find me the clip of someone calling Trump mentally retarded. Refresh? Play? Okay. Oh well. I just want to see it. Oh, stop. Oh shit, and I need to see this video too. I need to watch this debate. All right, let's actually get into content, okay? Let's react to some news. Let's go over that. The Rollo Tomasi stuff is really fucking funny. Rollo Tomasi getting found out as having an alt that is extremely racist is not surprising to me. What is also not surprising to me is, and you know what, we should find this because it's Ryan, what's his name? Let me see if I see him in my suggested somewhere around here. And if not, I'll try and guess what his... Macbeth. It's Ryan Macbeth. End wokeness. Turns out this account...
Politically charged account that frequently engages...
Stop. If you guys are on Twitter and you engage in any kind of political shit, you'll see this account. You will definitely see this account. It's extremely weirdly, like, in a way that, like, is just not acceptable in common, conversation, even amongst Republicans. Really racist. Really racist. And has posted some quasi-Nazi things that I've seen. And it turns out, remember that guy a long time ago that I said feels like, I saw him at an event and dogs barked, roses wilted, babies cried when they saw him, Jack Posobiec. Turns out he's the guy who runs this account.
The X account and wokeness.
But we'll watch that here in a minute.
NBC News White House correspondent Mike Memley, NBC News Capitol Hill correspondent Ryan Nobles, and New York Times chief White House correspondent and MSNBC political analyst Peter Baker. So, Mike, Kamala Harris is going to be going to Delaware. She's going to be visiting the campaign staff. What do we know about that visit, and what do we know about any interactions she's been having with President Biden in these last 24 hours?
Well, Katie, any minute now, we should see some pictures of Vice President Harris boarding Air Force Two for that very short flight from the Washington area into Wilmington, Delaware. And from there, she'll head to the campaign headquarters, what was the Biden-Harris campaign headquarters, now the Harris to be determined campaign headquarters. And this is an important visit because since last April, when the president announced he was seeking a second term, his campaign has raised tens of millions of dollars, built a behemoth of an organization across the country, and hired hundreds of staff to not just staff the battleground states, but especially to staff the campaign headquarters. And they were rather uncertain yesterday, in fact, learning just as we all were publicly when that announcement came from the president that he would not seek a second term. So it was important, we're told, for the vice president, for her to go as soon as she could to speak to those employees directly. The leadership of the campaign has made it clear to them that this was a campaign that was designed and built to win across the country and to beat Donald Trump, and it remains that, and that everyone who is employed on the campaign will continue to be. But it's also an important opportunity for Harris to meet with the campaign leadership, and she wants to put her own stamp on this campaign. Every campaign is a reflection of the candidate it represents.
One thing that people need to understand is that when choosing who's going to be the next, Democratic nominee, it's got to be Harris. All the people that were calling for Biden to drop out, it had to be Harris the entire time, right? and it's for multiple reasons, both political and logistical. Logistically, all of the money that was donated to the Biden-Harris campaign, if you notice, there are two names on that ticket, Biden and Harris, as a legal political entity that has been receiving money. And it wasn't donated to the Democratic Party nominee. It wasn't donated to, Gretchen Whitmer. It wasn't donated to Gavin Newsom. It wasn't donated to Bernie Sanders. It wasn't donated to AOC. It wasn't donated to any of those people. It was donated to Biden-Harris campaign against Donald Trump. And for anybody else to take over as the nominee for the Democratic Party, for someone to take that over, all of that funding is really up in the air and open to a billion legal challenges over how they even attempt to transfer that money, right? So, like, if Bernie Sanders was made the next nominee, there is no guarantee. I don't think that now remember, I'm just a guy on the internet that doesn't know a whole lot about finance or, the intricacies of federal election laws, especially like election finance laws. So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, but I believe it would be really difficult to try and funnel that money out of the Biden-Harris campaign, coffers to somebody else. And I think the only way you could do that is to put all of that money into a super PAC, but that money wouldn't be able to be used to pay staffers or anything like that. That money could be used for, advertisements and paying for other things like that. But any money that would go towards like paying staffers or, canvassers or anything like that, that would have to come out of the Biden-Harris campaign or whatever campaign it is. If it was Bernie Sanders, it would have to come from the Bernie Sanders campaign for them to, do that. And if it was someone else besides Biden or Harris, like they just said, all the people that were working on this campaign, listen to this.
That everyone who was employed on the campaign will continue to be, but it's
everyone that was employed on the campaign would continue to be employed on the campaign. It's just one person dropping out of the ticket, but the other person is still there. So they still have all their people around them. They still have all the same strategy. They don't have to start from scratch to build a new campaign to fight against Donald Trump, right? And mix that in. And this is me trying not to be a doomer, because I don't know like everything, and I don't think anybody that says that they know what's going to happen in the next couple of days, in the next couple of weeks, is coping unbelievably hard. They have no idea what they're talking about, because nobody knows the implications of someone dropping out of the presidential race this early on. Nobody does, right? I'm going to attempt to raise this microphone so I'm not, leaning over to try and talk into the mic, but I don't think that that's working. Hopefully this works. See if I can turn the gain up very slightly so I can talk from back here and not hurt my back anymore. Testing my mic. Okay, let's see if there's a lot of gain. Okay, that's fine. Anyways, so the idea that like anybody else could just like jump in and we could, for the logistic reasons, like that's like it's no small feat. Plus, some other contentions like ballot access in certain states could be called into question. I'm not sure that that's as big of a legitimate issue, just because the Democratic primary isn't, the convention isn't for what, another week or two? Democratic National Convention. When? July 15th? That's the Republican. Fuck off. August 19th through the 22nd? God. So, like, because it's so... have you seen Trump coping? No, but if you link it in the Discord, we'll go over it. Because this is so late, relatively speaking, in the campaign. I say relatively speaking. It's pretty late in the election cycle. But we thought that we were locked in. We thought we were locked in with Trump versus Biden. But let's assume that, like, Biden died, right? Then it would be Kamala Harris there, and they would have to change the names on the tickets anyways. And I don't think that there would be any way for them to legally challenge that, right? So Biden dropping out and Kamala Harris taking over, I don't think there should be any problems with that. Because if realistically, let's say that this was a tight campaign that was like going down to the wire between two Democratic nominees, would the rest of those states just say like, oh, well, you guys waited too late for your national convention to nominate your candidate, therefore you guys don't get to run a candidate in our state? I don't think that would, I think that would be very legally tenuous. But anyways, let's finish this out.
Also an important opportunity for Harris.
I didn't even talk about the political difficulties, because we talked about the logistic. The logistics of it are absolutely something that should be talked about for anybody that's going to cry cope see that Bernie Sanders didn't get a fourth shot at this, right? But I don't think that there's a way to nominate someone that isn't Kamala Harris without it looking really bad on the Democrats. Like, yeah, our guy was old and he's dropping out. And instead of running the person that was supposed to be his second in command, instead of running that person, we're just going to pick a whole third new person and just say, fuck you to Kamala Harris, which I don't think would it would go over well. You know? But that one's a lot shorter of an explanation than the real logistic problems of, everything kind of changing.
The campaign leadership, and she wants to put her own stamp on this campaign. Every campaign is a reflection of the candidate it represents, and there is clearly, as much as Biden and Harris were a close-knit team over the last 3+ years, really almost 4 years since she joined the ticket in the summer of 2020, she does now lead the ticket and is going to want to have a campaign that represents her more fully. So there will be conversations as well about potential changes, ways in which her team will be layered into this operation, and what, if anything, is going to change now as she moves forward with the imperative of having to win an election with a 100+ day sprint. Reminder, she is not the Democratic nominee just yet, but as more and more leaders across the party have come out today to make their endorsement of her official, it does appear clear that whatever process unfolds to determine that nomination is one that is going to be much more of a coronation in the end for Kamala Harris.
Also, what?
True for everything that he just said, but Trump is now the oldest candidate with questionable mental issues. Yeah, that's something I was talking about earlier. Like the idea, right? The idea that we can flip instantly and start making that attack on Trump, and they have nothing in response. The Republicans are completely at sea, without a sail, without a compass, without a telescope, and they're all blind, and none of them have sailing experience, and some idiot was gnawing on the oars, and so now all of the oars are completely out of commission, so they're just at sea adrift. They have no idea which attack vector to go at with Kamala Harris, except for, like I was showing earlier, come on, extreme sexism. Like, not a little bit of sexism, a lot of sexism. And that's they're showing how inept they are at this. How do you not have a contingency plan? You guys have been calling for Biden to drop out of the race, Give me 2 seconds. I just need to run and grab something real quick. Ugh. Every bone in my body just popped. Oh. Okay. Jesus. Sitting back down in this uncomfortable position. What was I saying a second ago? Oh yeah, but all they have is like sexism right now. They don't have any attacks on Kamala Harris that Republicans will respond to because the left does. Sondsol setup is the average gamer man setup. That's very true. For people not in the know, this is my current setup. This is what I'm sitting at right this second, and it's horrid. It's actually unlivable. Oh my god! And the camera just keeps on getting darker and darker. Configure video. Okay, that'll have to work. Anyways, this is what I'm working with right now. But like, the left has so many attacks against Kamala Harris because far lefties hate cops. They hate them. But the conservatives don't. So any attack on her for being a cop ain't gonna work. It'd just make her look more based. Yeah, we stand cop Mala. This is what they have right now. Wait, where's the side by side? Did I even retweet it? I don't think I did. This is still a really good picture. Also, there's another one. I think it must just be in my likes. One second. I know that there's... I must not have liked it. What a sad day. What a sad day. I didn't save one of the funniest fucking memes I saw on Twitter. How lame of me. How lame. But we do have side by side these two. All we got to do now is re-put in the Donald Trump thing there and have this. Can you imagine his rage right now for what they did to his father? He saw it. He saw it all. I pray the world can handle his wrath. We're going goblin mode. Okay, let me open up these in other tabs. Is more tabs? Yes. Is it okay? Really quick, Tron, cut this part out. Is the audio like super scuffed to you guys? Well, of course it's going to be echoey. I don't have any fucking furniture, Bones. But is it like... Because I can't hear it. Okay. Yeah, it's echoey. Because there's not a... I literally have zero furniture, okay? The only piece of furniture I have in my house is a fucking air mattress, all right? That constantly leaks all of the air out. So... give me some grace on the audio. I mean, that's true, Bones. I can't help that, though. 1 second. There's someone at the door. All right, Tron, cut that out too. No, it was just a neighbor saying hello to us. I'm just going to open up the blinds a little bit so that I can have some light in here. All right, man, that scared the shit out of me because I had no idea who could possibly be coming through to say hello. I was like, who could possibly be coming in? All right, anyways. Let's see here. Where were we? Oh yeah, talk about Trumples. Hey, let's finish this out. All right, we've barely gotten through this at all.
The party and the campaign, whichever campaign it ends up being, will do with the nearly $100 million that has been raised in just the past day. All right, Ryan, let's talk about what's happening on Capitol Hill. Leader Jeffries and the Majority Leader Schumer were supposed to be meeting with Kamala Harris. Jeffries said shortly. Have they already met with her? Are they going to be meeting with her after the visit to Delaware?
We don't exactly know the time frame of when that meeting will take place, Katie, just that we know it's going to happen soon. And while both Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer have had a lot of good things to say about Kamala Harris, they've stopped short of giving her their outright endorsement. They do at least want the opportunity to meet with her, look her in the eye, have a face-to-face conversation before they take that step. And I think that is reflective of this concern that this be somewhat of an open nominating contest, that there be the opportunity for others to put their hat in the ring if they are so willing to do so. And Schumer and Jeffries don't want to put their thumb on the scale until they absolutely have to. But listen to what Hakeem Jeffries, the House Minority Leader, had to say about Kamala Harris in this race just a few minutes ago.
I can't imagine any Democrat politician right now trying to like take the reins. Like actually, genuinely, I can't imagine it. I don't know who would do it, why they would do it when everything is on the line, unless they're, getting paid under the table by Republicans to throw the election. But like, there's just like no one else that could possibly take over for Kamala. Let me hear how they say it.
Leader Schumer and I are scheduled to meet with Vice President Harris shortly. The House came back into session today. The Senate does not come back into session tomorrow. I'm excited for that meeting. And let me say this, that Vice President Kamala Harris has excited the community. She's excited the House Democratic Caucus, and she's exciting the country. And so I'm looking forward to sitting down with her in person in short order with Leader Schumer, and we'll have more to say about the path forward as soon as that meeting comes.
And that, of course, classic Hakeem Jeffries shortly does not give us any kind of specific idea as to when that meeting will take place. But you can read between the lines. He's mentioned that the Senate is not back in session until tomorrow. So there's a realistic possibility that Chuck Schumer's not even in Washington yet. So I would not be surprised if that meeting doesn't take place until tomorrow. There's probably not a lot of suspense here. It seems very likely that Schumer and Jeffries will join the rest of the Democratic power base that is getting.
They need to immediately. I don't know why there aren't every single politician in the Democratic Party isn't immediately uniting behind Kamala. This is why I fucking hate the Democratic Party. Okay, I love the policies. I love what Biden's been able to do over the past 4 years. Like, unironically, one reason why I'm so mad that they forced Biden out is that he is the most consequential president of my lifetime, bar none. In terms of legislation that he passed, it is insane what he was able to accomplish. Despite everything, despite every roadblock in the world up against him, what he was able to get done was unreal. For them to kick him to the curb because of one bad debate performance. And let's be real, that is what happened. It was one bad debate performance that ended Biden's presidential campaign. But you're going to make all these public declarations, further harming your own side as the Senate Majority Leader. And then not immediately, once you got what you're asking for, not immediately endorsing Harris? Can someone give me like any explanation whatsoever as to why they wouldn't do that? I don't understand it.
Behind the Kamala Harris campaign. And I think a big reason for that, Katie and Chris, is that we've seen the last 3 weeks of turmoil, of angst, of a divided Democratic Party. The Democrats I talk to are just sick of that.
Wait, Pelosi caved in criticizing Biden or caved in endorsing Kamala?
Want to move on. They want to unite behind a candidate. They want to take on Donald Trump. And I think that's part of the reason why you're seeing everyone be so swiftly willing to get behind Kamala Harris's campaign.
And Peter, we were just watching as Kamala Harris at JBA, Joint Base Andrews, was getting onto a flight that's going to take her to Delaware, where she's going to be meeting with campaign staff like the rest of us. Many of them caught on the very last minute of being shocked by what happened. It's possible just a little more than 24 hours ago now. Talk about her role in these early hours with so many people getting behind her to really shore things up with her campaign, to shore things up with the folks in Congress, and frankly, to move forward.
Yeah, she's obviously done a lot of the things that she needs to do.
An hour ago, she finally did. I have full confidence she will lead us to victory. This should have been done. When did Biden drop out of the race? Yesterday or the day before? It should have been like Biden releases his statement, and then every single Democratic politician puts out a statement. Oh, it just started raining. Okay, I was like, Jesus, what is that noise? I just don't know why there haven't been every single person in the Democratic Party pile in behind her. Eric Holder is running the Veep vetting process. I'm so curious to see how that goes.
In this first 24 hours, she spent 10 hours on the phone after yesterday's announcement, we're told, making phone calls to congressmen. And
Obama is retarded then. An open convention. For who else to jump in? Just throw away like literally like both people who have been part of the best presidential term of my lifetime, and you're going to toss both of them? Jesus Christ, what is wrong with you?
senators and governors and other party figures, and that's paying off because, in fact, the road does seem clear for the nomination for her. You can't beat somebody with nobody, and nobody seems to be running at this point. So she seems to basically have it locked up. Obviously, anything could still happen, but if they're not announcing by the end of the day, it's hard to see how in this very truncated period anybody else could even mount a credible campaign, much less actually take her on. So she's already looking ahead to the fall, to taking on Donald Trump beyond the campaign, beyond the convention. She has to raise money, as she's already showing that she can do. She has to consolidate the party behind her, and she has to demonstrate that she can be a national leader in a new way. Because while a lot of Americans know her, people don't know the vice president the same way they know a president. She's going to have that chance now to reintroduce her.
And Kamala, in very slight defense of people like that, we don't know that much about Kamala Harris. We don't know as much as we should, given that she's the VP. I remember when Obama was president, Biden, he was on the news a lot. Not like giving direct interviews, but because he was going around doing diplomatic missions and stuff. But Kamala Harris has been doing everything in the background. I just don't see as much news. Like, the only time I see news of Kamala Harris is Republicans trying to get a dunk about her coconut thing or something like that. But like, that's literally it. That's all I ever see in regards to Kamala Harris. But it seems like all of those efforts went to waste because every single one of the things that they've used to attack her for the past year, the coconut thing, you exist in the context of everything which came before you statement. Ah, man. We'd lose hella campaign money. Yeah, I touched on that before. Here, we'll go over everything here. Well, no, we'll go over the Obama thing here. Is not endorsing Kamala. He's calling for an open convention. Michelle Obama may be his nominee. Shut the fuck up. Why would Michelle Obama has never indicated that she wants to run for office. In fact, the opposite. It sounds like she is always pulled away from the idea of running for office. Although it would be really funny for Trump to lose to both Biden and Michelle Obama. That would be really funny. You'll get mad? I can't wait. We will be navigating uncharted waters in the days ahead, but I have extraordinary confidence that the leaders of our party will be able to create a process from which an outstanding nominee emerges. I believe that Joe Biden's vision of a generous, prosperous, and united America that provides opportunity for everyone will be on full display at the Democratic Convention in August, and I expect that every single one of us are prepared to carry that message of hope and progress forward into November and beyond. Get Wine Mom and the millennial gay vote? Yeah. Well, I think that Kamala Harris has the Wine Mom vote. And I'm not sure that Buttigieg, I'm not sure. Buttigieg being a gay man probably is not a good thing for this campaign specifically, because we can't, like, as much as it shouldn't matter that a man is gay, the idea of there being a president and his first husband before there's a woman president, like, I feel like that would not go well. I don't think that would go over well with people, even Democratic, like, hardliners. I don't know why people are like this, but people are like this.
Herself, make clear who she is and how she fits into this political moment and what she wants to make the priorities of her campaign.
What do you expect we should see in the next couple of days from her? I mean, there's a sense that this introduction has to, just show people that she's up to being the leader of the free world. We've been hearing from a lot of folks out in battleground states who clearly are not tremendously familiar with her, who have not been following the news day to day. How high is the level of challenge, and what do we expect to see?
Yeah, I mean, she's been playing the inside game for the last 24 hours. We haven't seen her in public except for a brief appearance on the South Lawn to congratulate NCAA sports champions, which is kind of an odd first.
They attacked Harris for giving her pronouns to a group of blind people. Yeah, no, I saw that. She's like, my name is Kamala Harris. My pronouns are she, her. I am a woman sitting at the end of a table wearing a blue suit. And I thought that was really weird at first. I thought that was weird at first, but let's be real. The context absolutely justifies that. If you're talking to blind people, guess what? You kind of have to describe the visual aspect of things to them, right? You kind of have to tell people who are blind, who cannot see, what there is to see, what visual things they might, not be, catching on to, but, whatever.
Appearance for a person, debuting as a presidential candidate. So presumably in the next few days, she'll start to make the public case, which she hasn't done yet. You're right to say that there is obviously some disconcerted Democrats in places like the Midwest where they worry about whether she can, she can sell to their constituents. They don't know. Obviously, there's a concern that, she hasn't proven to be a great campaigner in the past, and that her own campaign in 2020 didn't even make it to the first vote. But I think there's such an excitement about a fresh face, right? I think Americans brought.
That is one thing that does terrify me, though, is that she dropped out before the Iowa fucking caucuses in 2019, right? She was what? Who was the first one to drop out? 2020 Democratic primary. Does it say when they dropped out? Text small. See if we can make this. Wait, dark. Oh, look at that. Easier on the eyes. Oh man, she doesn't even make it into the delegates' one unpopular vote. behind Tulsi Gabbard. Jesus. Candidates withdrew before the primaries on October 20th. Oh, wait, no, that's her birthday. She pulled out January 21st of 2019. Oh, wait, nope, that's when she announced, and she ended December 3rd, 2019. And the Iowa caucus was held February 3rd of 2020. So she dropped out 2 months before a single vote was cast. So that's worrying. Popular vote, she got 844, but granted, that was because she had already dropped out. Somehow she's more popular than Biden. Well, here's the reason why. The reason why is Biden is already like, he's has a low approval rating now, but all things considered, he had still a good chance to beat. He had a good chance to beat Donald Trump. That's the sad thing. God, it just keeps on like, I have to keep on changing the exposure on my camera. And it's not because people particularly loved the fact that Biden was old and like they could get past that because people hate Donald Trump that much, right? It's the same thing in 2020. I'm not sure if there was very much enthusiasm for Biden as there honestly should have been given his record as president afterwards. But, you know, people can't read the future. And people should have been more excited this time, but for like the Destiny memes that have been going on for the past couple of weeks have been going on. Republicans control the narrative so hard, which is why it's so funny right now that the Republicans have no narrative against Kamala Harris, because they were certain that Biden was never going to drop out, right? Biden was never going to drop out. But even though Biden had such low approval ratings, and even though he was polling less than Donald Trump, he was neck and neck, all things considered, for who was going to win. It was never going to be a blowout either way. And that's because people just don't like Donald Trump that much. And that's like the reality of it. But hold on, to be clear, also you guys are saying like Zoomer vote. Sieg is right. Nobody cares about the Zoomer vote because Zoomers are too young to be like part of like the target demographic to get people out to vote. It would be great if Zoomers did go out to vote, but they're young and young people don't vote. So Sieg is correct. Yeah, exactly what Sieg said. But also, I feel like Zoomers are age, like, what? They're a year younger than me. The oldest Zoomer is a year younger than me. So they're 27 to, like, I think 18. Not 27 and under, because Gen Alpha is, like, starting to, like, about to go to college. And now the sun comes out in full force. I'm the last of the millennials. I am too. 95, brother. Let me close these blinds right here because it's killing me. Oh, God fucking damn, bro. God damn, bro. Oh. I just wish there was a single way for me to sit more comfortably, you know? To 2012? That's a huge range. It's not usually that long. Is it like a generation? I thought so. Millennials were 86 to 95. That's only 10 years. So I would assume Zoomers would be 97 to like 2008. And then from 2008 onwards until what, 2008 until born in 2018, 2019, 2020 would be Gen Alpha. 96 is the last year? Oh. So, but still, that would still make it 10 years. 97 to 2012 is almost 20 years, but I'll take your word for it. It's not like that consequential to anything that we're talking about. It's not something to argue about. Also, Sig, why did I feel like you? Why have I been operating this entire time feeling like you were like 2 or 3 years older than me? It's because you're more mature. You know? Boomers are dying. The next group to appeal to is Coomers. Believe it or not. Like it or not. We have to appeal to the Coomers. And we have the perfect woman for the job. Oh, man. Anyways, we're finishing this video. It's almost over, okay?
Broadly speaking, we're really sick of the choice. They didn't want to have a rerun of 2020. They didn't want to have Biden and Trump as the only possibility. That's the reason why you see people like RFK Jr. doing reasonably well as an independent. They wanted a fresh face, and she now can present that to them, take the generational argument, flip it on its head, and make it about Trump being age 78 and suffering from his own cognitive issues. And hopefully, from her point of view, energize younger voters, black voters, women, others who might not have.
She should, you know what she should do now? I'm hoping to visit you soon. Hey, man, if you come to DC, we will house you, we will feed you, and we will make sure you're having a good time. But, let me see here. See if I can get comfortable.
What necessarily Trump as the only possibility. That's the reason why you see people like.
You know, it would be. This guy has a point. Kamala Harris being, you know, I think she's about to turn 60. One second. Let's click on her name. Born. She's age 59. She's not even, she's tickling 60. Okay. You know what would be really funny? With all the Republicans that have been saying, hey, you know what? We need to have Trump and Biden have a cognitive test that's open for the public to look at, is open for the public to see. Kamala should take him up on that. Yeah. Yeah. You should take that cognitive test there, boyo, Mr. Trump. I think that would be a top tier meme. Okay, I think that would be a top tier meme. But anyways, finish out the video now.
Like RFK Jr. doing reasonably well as an independent. They wanted a fresh face, and she now can present that to them, take the generational argument, flip it on its head, and make it about Trump being age 78 and suffering from his own cognitive issues. And hopefully, from her point of view, energize younger voters, black voters, women, others who might not have been necessarily all that excited about Joe Biden, but were part of his coalition.
Now, let me be like fair to Bones and Gas for a second. Young people have been going out and voting more, I think, if I remember stats correctly, and I'm full of stats. Younger people have been more politically active than previous generations like Gen X and millennials have been. I don't know how consequential that is. And I don't know if that like pushed Biden over the edge in some of the swing states. It'd be nice if young people came out to vote again, especially now that Biden's not in office and they don't have the same exact, you know, talking point shoved in their ear for multiple years that he's old, decrepit, and can't fucking think. They haven't had that opportunity to just like, well, they've had the opportunity, they just haven't with Kamala Harris because they never dreamed, for some reason, they never dreamed that they would be running against Kamala Harris. Which is why we don't see any unified attack on her right now. Because all the attacks on her are things that people are memeing about in a positive way. The coconut tree, you exist in the context of everything in which came before you, etc. So like the Republican, probably for the first time in years, I can't even remember the last time I didn't see a cohesive conservative like talking point going around against, whatever they're hating the most right now. But they don't have a cohesive attack strategy. And we're only a couple of months out from the election. And for them to do what they have done my entire life, which is repeat the same thing over and over and over until everybody believes it, right? There just isn't enough time to run with that same strategy. It's about tactics. TikTok is a massive tool in Europe. The far right used it effectively. Sure, but I feel like TikTok is a great way to mobilize extremists, unfortunately. See Cope and content suggestions? I will look at the Cope in just a second. Let me just close that out. We'll hold on to that. We'll close this and this and this and this. My poor setup. Close
and
that
we
out.
must not
Okay, and we'll watch this.
criminalize dissent or demonize political disagreement, which is what's been happening in our country lately.
I can't listen to it. I can't listen to it. The projection is so strong. It's just projection. Oh, the Democrats and their wildly their wildly divisive comments about the other side. When, I mean, my brother in Christ, Marjorie Taylor Greene, sniper. Oh, it's all ad. Okay.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Do you have the full ad on this? There we go.
Joe Biden abandoned Americans in Afghanistan, got 13 of our best soldiers killed, gave a kill list of Americans to the Taliban, and armed an
Gave a kill list of Americans?
Islamic terrorist nation with $83 billion in weapons like this one. Biden should be impeached. Now I'm doing a gun giveaway of my own.
Also, you know what I heard today that really fucking sent me through a loop? It absolutely, my mind got exploded, and in a bad way. Destiny said that Marjorie Taylor Greene is attractive, conventionally attractive. I'm sorry. I don't know if like maybe my tastes are just much more sublime and the goth mommy whatever the fuck has gotten to me, but she looks busted.
But for Americans
in my opinion.
only, I want you to win this .50 caliber rifle that Democrats will ban if they keep the House next year. While
Did that come true? No.
Joe Biden broke America's pledge to never leave a man behind, Nancy Pelosi is sneaking the Green New Deal into the $3.5 trillion budget. And in 2022, I'm going to blow away the Democrat socialist agenda.
You're going to blow away the Democrat socialist agenda, and she's holding a sniper rifle? E-girl addiction? Depends on the e-girl, Jack. You have to understand. It's about a finer, more sublime taste. Is she advocating right now for the assassination of her political enemies? That was a lot of tannerite. I haven't watched this in a long time, but that was a lot. That was a lot of tannerite in that. Jesus fucking Christ. That was a felony amount of tannerite in that fucking car.
Go to the website below and sign up to win my .50 caliber gun before Joe Biden bans it.
Is this political extreme? Is this the kind of rhetoric that we should be? Is that the kind of violent rhetoric we're talking about, or like in a private call, Biden saying we're going to put Trump in the bullseye? That's the rhetoric that got this guy fucking shot in the ear.
Lately, at a level that nobody has ever seen before. In that spirit, the Democrat Party should immediately stop weaponizing the justice system and labeling their political opponent as an enemy.
We should just have, the justice system allow for presidents to do any action that they deem that they feel like doing. Fuck lawyers in the Oval Office making sure that some strike in another country is legal. Fuck having lawyers in the White House telling the president, hey, if you do this, you're committing a crime and there's no way around that. We can't do it that way. No. We should just let them do whatever they want.
Enemy of democracy.
Also, you said that the media was the enemy of the people. The news media was the enemy of the people because they said true things about you.
Especially since that is not true. In fact, I am the one saving democracy for the people of our country. And we must.
Okay. He went golfing without the bandage on his ear after the attempt? No, he didn't. Link it in the Discord. Prove it. I'm going to grab a bottle of water. Give me 2 seconds. It's just right back there. Oh, fuck. Oh. Now, one thing really quick. First off, Tron, good segment, I think. There's going to be a lot of stuff that you need to cut out, though. But I think that was a long segment, but it was a decent segment. Second, just in between stuff that we're talking about, let me just tell you guys, there is a massive difference in geography from where I came from and where I'm at now. Where I'm at in Texas, there's no hills. No hills. Everything is on a flat, even plane. So if you want to walk a mile somewhere, you're just walking a mile. It's not that much like exertion, walking up and down the hills in fucking DC, North Virginia, Maryland, all the places that we're going, has destroyed my shins, specifically my shins. I have never, and I've gone running before. I used to run 7 miles a night, and I never had shin, like muscle. I don't know what the muscle is in your shin, but I have never had muscle pain in my shins like this. It is unreal. Every time I stand up, every bone in my body crunches, and that's, while not completely abnormal, it's worse right now. No condemnation of this.
Put it this way. Should Democrats be in jail? No question.
When was this? Oh, this was from May 31st of this year.
When Donald Trump gets elected, should he start locking them up? No question. Should there be lists of Democrats that need to go to jail? 100%. And the reason for that is they've committed crimes. We need to make sure that...
How have I not seen this? Or maybe I did see this and it was just so par for the course and inconsequential at the time that I didn't really recognize it. But this is insane.
When Donald Trump wins, we've got
an attorney general, a deputy attorney general, a head of the CIA and the FBI. Kash Patel would be fantastic. We can have attorney general. There's some names floating around. And then they can start having their investigators and the feds issuing subpoenas, pulling up evidence, and with real evidence, bring them to judges for warrants. Then these people can spend three years of their lives fighting to.
Oh, so like none of that happened with Donald Trump. It was just, you know, all trumped up charges. It's always projection. It's always projection. These people are blind to reality.
Tooth and nail for the crime against the government for crimes they committed and we can prove.
Yeah.
And the reason why we put them on trial is that we can show the whole world we will uncover what you've done. We will make sure everyone knows and you will be held accountable for it.
Not just jail, they should get the death penalty. You know, we actually used to have the punishment for treason in this country.
Oh, Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer, you can't say things like that. Tell me, did Laura Loomer say anything about extremist rhetoric and, you know, hateful rhetoric towards the other side? And how it's been too hot? And how that led to did she say, you know, I'm pretty sure if we look up Laura Loomer. Oh my God, this woman tweets way too much. Here, hold on. Let me do an advanced search. Laura Loomer. Advanced search. All of these words. Any of these words. Rhetoric. Hateful. What else should we put? Rhetoric, hateful, temperature. Let's just try those. And do I need to, from these accounts? Oh shit, what is her name on? It's not letting me see. At Laura Loomer. That's it. That's easy. At Laura Loomer. Can we add to that? Advanced search. Oh, fuck. I have to do it all over again. Any of these words. Hateful. Attempt. Rhetoric. Temperature. Divisive. And then we'll do Laura Loomer from these accounts at Laura Loomer. And then we'll put the dates from June of this year, June 1st to July 22nd of this year. Let's just see. Let's just do a quick old look-see. Oh, she responded to that clip. She responded to that clip specifically. Let's get a community notes on this post by MSNBC's resident jihadist. Never said I wanted to execute Democrats. You did. You said that you wanted them locked up and given the death penalty. Who should be tried for treason, and the punishment for treason is death, according to U.S. law. Yeah, so you want to have them be executed. Mehdi Hassani is an inbred Islamist. He needs to be banned from America. Jesus Christ. Nobody from okay. And just like that, the media stopped talking about the Trump assassination attempt. Do you not see what is happening? This is all planned to cover up the deep states. This is all planned to cover up the deep states plot to kill Trump under Biden. We need accountability. Sorry, you guys wanted Trump to have full criminal immunity, so does Biden. When was the assassination attempt? Now is the time to strike and strike hard like a wild animal. Sounds a little, This person's insane. This person's insane. All right. Let's move on to more stuff. Wait. Conservatives are canceling this dumb fuck for saying exactly what Destiny said. Uh-oh. Did she say the exact same thing?
And I'm just of the mindset where, like, I don't care about the rules anymore. You know, if they're literally trying to throw Donald Trump in jail, they're trying to put Donald Trump in jail. They want to kill Trump. And so when I see people like Jim Jordan, right, sending out letters today saying, we respectfully request that you accept our invitation to come testify to Congress and explain to us why you decided to weaponize the government against Donald J. Trump. You know, they are trying to burn this country down. And the only thing standing in between us and them is Donald Trump. Wake up. Stop being nice to these people. I don't give a shit about these people, their livelihood, their well-being, the well-being of their families, their little kids. I don't give a shit. And that's the mentality that everybody needs to have now in this country because it is war.
I'll put it this way.
Jesus.
Should Democrats be in jail? No question. When Donald Trump gets elected, should he start locking them up? No.
Jesus. She's more extreme than Destiny? Yeah, of course she is. She's a fucking Republican. Every single Republican, conservative, like Trump supporter is more extreme than Destiny. Both sides are deranged. I'm sorry. I don't buy the both sides are deranged thing. I fell into that for the longest time. But I don't think both sides are deranged anymore. I think that one side is soyer than the other. All right. I will say that the Democrats are incredibly soy, and it makes it really, really, really hard to take their criticisms in the way that they give them. But their criticisms are based in reality. Cheering after. Do you think I'm talking about those people, see? One sec. I don't think, if you think I'm talking about those people, that's fine. You're wrong. And like, you should know better, like, about me, right? But like, let's be clear. People have been cheering on, like, Biden getting arrested and thrown in the back of a truck. Like, Biden truck decal tied up. This happened, and Republicans were incredibly reticent to. Oh wait, I don't want the whole I just want the image. These were at Trump rallies. Is that the same exact truck? I think it is. It is the same truck. You can just buy this. And let me also be clear. Destiny's statements, like immediately after everything, were too far for me. They were too far for me in terms of like political messaging or anything like that. I think that there's a way to say, listen, this doesn't change anything. This doesn't change anything. Because the assassination attempt on Trump doesn't change anything about the election. It doesn't change any of their policies. It doesn't change anything that they have done. Anything, well, it might change what they will do if you're looking at Trump's side, but it doesn't change anything that the Democrats are going to do and make them more extreme or anything. The assassination attempt changes fucking nothing. And that was what I said. And I also think that the attempt to do this topsy-turvy thing where for the past 10 years, the past 10 fucking years, no, 12 years, because that's when Trump was 2016 was 12 years ago. Fuck me. But 12 years, they've been talking about violence against Democratic lawmakers on a regular basis. On a regular basis. And this is not just crazies on Facebook. It's not just crazies on Facebook. It's like elected Democrats, or I'm sorry, elected Republicans saying that shit. Elected Republicans. Republican like major news people, which is significantly worse than just crazy posters online. Now, the crazy posters online ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. No, yeah, it's fine. Like, I'm just giving like my take on things. So I'm not like directly arguing with you. So you don't have, like, unless you're fighting with bones, in which case, type faster, loser. But like the idea that the rhetoric has been equivalent on both sides is just simply, it's so untrue. It's just so untrue. And I don't know, besides just creating a collection of like actual people with power, you know? You especially understood me? Okay, I got you. Yeah. It's just like insane. And the projection is insane. And I refuse, like, even as bad as, like, you know, and as extreme as Destiny's rhetoric has been, it doesn't match a pittance of what we have seen from actual fucking lawmakers over the past 12 years. Speaking, I mean, like, and let's go beyond that, okay? Look at the way that they talked about Obama, okay? The way they talked about Obama was actually fucking deranged. Or agree enough not to care. Yeah. It's fucking insane to me. How's it going, Remy? Anyways, sorry, that it just like that actually like got to me. I was like seething mad looking at them trying to like flip the script.
Sick.
They've been trying to flip the script on Democrats being the more violent ones when Biden is Mr. Milquetoast, white man, trying to pull everyone together, adding 50 billion fucking qualifiers on every single statement he makes about MAGA Republicans, and saying, the Republicans that are out there, I know that you're out there and you guys are being shafted because, you know, this is the guy that's the leader of your party and you guys don't have representatives, but I'm a leader for all Americans, not just Democrats and not just Republicans. I'm a leader for everyone. The way that he spoke about things was so honestly based. It was so honestly, uniting in the way that he went about things. And for Republicans to try and flip the script was fucking disgusting. It actually triggered the fuck out of me.
I was tipped off about this, what I'm about to share with our voters, our viewers. For the record, I was tipped off about this, what I'm about to share with our voters, our viewers rather, by my 16-year-old.
Yeah, bring back the CRTs. Well, that will be hopefully tomorrow because my furniture is supposed to be coming tomorrow. Logistically, it was impossible to do a U-Haul, so we had to ship our furniture. And so hopefully within the next 24 hours, I will have furniture, I will have a desk, I'll have the full streaming setup, and tomorrow will be just unpacking shit, and then I'll be back on stream asking you guys for money. By the way, speaking of money, if you guys, and this is now me coming to you hat in hand, as this is my only form of income right now. I'm sending out, I'm sending out, what do you call them? Job applications all over the place to places in my new area. But this is my only form of income right now. And the trip over here, I don't know if you guys know this, but driving for 21 hours straight uses an absolute ungodly amount of gas. And I have, I think, $2 in my bank account. So I have $2 in my bank account and I have $12 in cash. So if you guys want to help a brother out, there is a donation link. That would be the fastest way to get money to me, is that donation link in the description on the YouTube. And there's a link on the Kick, I think, as well. Literally anything you send would be immensely helpful for buying food and, getting everything settled over here until I'm able to get a job. It would be unbelievably greatly appreciated. But we're going to continue. Oh yeah, there is the link right there. And I'll go ahead and I'm going to link that in the YouTube chat, and by tomorrow I'll probably have it as a thing that pops up automatically. But yeah, I don't like asking for money. It's not something I've been very good at on stream for the entirety of my 5 years streaming career. But now's the time for me to come to you hat in hand. I will give you the content. I will give you everything that I can give you through stream. And for you guys watching me, just a wee bit, a pittance is all I'm asking for. But this is the streaming setup right now and if you go into the Discord, join the Discord, you can actually find a picture that I took right before I started of this laundry basket I'm using as a desk. I'm using a laundry basket as a desk, a box as a mouse pad, and my computer as the monitor stand. So, oof. And also sitting like this is really rough, so you guys better reimburse me for whatever back pain I'm going through now.
For the record, I was tipped off about this, what I'm about to share with our voters, our viewers rather, by my 16-year-old
who truly
daughter,
is an
who is an
expert.
actual member of Gen Z. Kamala Harris appears to be leaning into this. The singer Charlie XCX tweeted last night, "Kamala is Brat." And this is in reference to her album. It's called Brat. Kamala has branded her Kamala HQ Twitter page with the same aesthetic of the album. That's another Gen Z word, aesthetic. It's even becoming a trend on TikTok.
Hey! Thank you so much. Who was it? Bones tipped 1330 Leet. Absolutely based. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's going straight to the ramen fund, my friend. Going straight to the ramen fund. I appreciate that, my guy.
Special Gen Z correspondent Jamie, what can you tell us about
So first of all, just for my producer Elizabeth Stewart, who will spit out her coffee as I say this, I am supposed to say, "That's Brat." And for those who are not in the know the way I am, that is a cool thing.
That is a cool thing.
Chartreuse is the color, and Kamala Harris has adopted.
Oh, I love boomers talking about pop culture so much. Now, this is brat, and that's a good thing. It's like when sick first became like part of common parlance. Oh man, that shit's sick. And everyone's like, wait, you're saying that like it's a good thing, but being sick sucks.
Did that for whatever social media page that is. But I have brought some notes because I knew you would.
I took notes on what it means to be brat. Let me just put on my reading glasses really quick.
Want a definition? Okay, here we go. Charlie XCX, who I do know, quote, brat, you're just that girl who is a little messy and likes to party and maybe says some dumb things sometimes, end quote.
So is the idea that we're all kind of brat and Vice President Harris is brat? I don't know if you're brat.
Oh man, actually, you know what? At this point right there with that question from Tapper, I'm about to dip out. I don't know if I can watch the rest of this, dude. One second. I'm being too loud. There's no soundproofing. There's nothing to catch my noise, and I have a very loud voice. So, every single word that I'm saying is basically reverberating off the walls directly into my girlfriend's ears, and I'm being very loud. Let me see here. Did you fix it so I can see Discord? Oh yeah, one of the Discord mods. We're testing the waters on whether Panda can, succeed in being in the Discord. So we're going to give him permissions. I couldn't figure out how to do it, so if one of you guys could do it for me, that'd be great. Yeah, let's go back. Where are we?
Quote.
So is the idea that we're all kind of brat and Vice President Harris is brat? I don't know if you're brat.
I think you aspire to be brat.
Right.
Okay? You don't just become brat.
Oh, okay.
You have to try.
You can work at it.
I will aspire to be brat. I will aspire. But I mean, the point is that she is, whether it's her or some very clever people who work for her, going right for them in a language of their own that apparently nobody at this table speaks.
To quote another generation.
Except for you, because you think you're
maybe
23.
This is your generation. She's going to
I'm the closest.
You're a millennial. Take it easy.
So you tell me, is this your... She's going to own it.
She's going to own it.
Own it.
Well...
Okay, one second. I got to send this to some people that will love that. One second.
For the record, I was...
Oh, stop. Oh, stop. Send via direct message. There we go.
Tipped off about this, what I'm about.
Okay, got it. All right, let's go through some of these things that were in content suggestions and linked, and we'll get through things.
Hear this? Well, think about this. He's a world leader in temper tantrums. She never loses her cool. She prosecuted sex predators. He is one. Grab him by the... She shut down...
Bro, no way. Bro, no.
In temper tantrums. She never loses her cool. She prosecuted sex predators. He is one. Grab him by the... She shut down...
Oh, man, you know what they should have had right there? They should have had Trump next to Epstein.
Down for-profit colleges that swindled Americans. He was a for-profit college.
At Trump University, we teach success.
Literally. He's owned by the big banks. She's the attorney general who beat the biggest banks in America and forced them to pay homeowners $18 billion.
Wow.
He's tearing us apart. she'll bring us together. This is Trump. And in every possible way, this is the anti-Trump. So if that's what you're looking for in your next president, there's really only one. Kamala.
That's a really good ad. I'm not gonna lie. That's a really good ad. Give us the ASMR voice and we get you the whore money. All right, so today we're going to be doing political ASMR. We're going to be talking about Donald Trump and his political future going forward, and we're going to be talking about how Kamala Harris is going to beat him with her brat energy. Death to the neoliberal fascist regime, Panda Man. I'm pretty sure that that's some like political extremist commentary that would get someone shot. I think that you should be really careful in the way that you talk about this. I mean, that's what all the Republicans have been saying, you know? Yeah, let's get through some more of these videos here. Oh, we already watched this one. This is one that Sieg wanted us to watch. I'll wait till I see his name back in chat before we start doing that. When was this? 3 days ago.
A little bit of a relief if she's like perfectly good on the stuff. We're not doing the old.
Why does it look like they're filming on like a TV camera in the 90s? I am here. Oh, okay. Then we'll watch this really quick. I don't know if I'll have literally any commentary on this yet because I have no idea what it's about. But it's called I Went From Foster Care to Yale. This is what I learned about luxury beliefs.
College protesters have finally gone home for the summer, and they've left
Bro, man. That sucks.
a lasting mark on history. Their legacy? A destructive trend in social justice activism. It goes far beyond college campuses.
Hold on.
Trend in social justice activism.
Does anybody... Now, this is a legitimate question. Has there been a single violent pro-cannabis, pro-weed protest literally ever that like turned violent? Like, I don't think that the legalize it is the thing. I think the other two, sure. But this one, I don't know about that one, Chief.
Activism. It goes far beyond college campuses. It's self-centered, it's manipulative, and it's terrible for America. I call them luxury beliefs. I'm the rare PhD who grew up carrying everything I owned in a trash bag starting when I was 3. I lived in 10 foster homes before I joined the Air Force. Then I went to Yale on the GI Bill and on to Cambridge. Along the way, I came up with the term luxury beliefs. They're ideas held by privileged people that make them look good, but actually harm the marginalized. It's like virtue signaling, with consequences.
Defund the police. Why should we defund the police?
It's literally all left-wing activism. It's what I've been saying for years. Potheads are the most violent people I've ever met. Way worse than meth heads. So true. That's why every single night when I, smoke a bowl just to go out with my buddies, I immediately get a blood rage and start killing everything in sight. What do you believe is the probability it was Uncle Sam who shot Trump? It's so unbelievably minuscule. I'm sorry, I can't even read the rest of that fucking word salad. Yeah, it's the schizo posting, like right on cue. It's just like a word salad. Rob Henderson, is that who this is? I didn't even catch his name.
Everything I owned in a trash.
Wait, he's literally foster care from the age he was 3. He never got adopted. It doesn't seem like. How is he an elite?
Trash bag, starting when I was 3. I lived in
Do you have to be poor to be part of not the elite?
10 foster homes before I joined the Air Force. Then I went to Yale on the GI Bill and on to Cambridge. Along the way, I came up with the term luxury beliefs. They're ideas held by privileged people that make them look good, but actually harm the marginalized. It's like virtue signaling, with consequences.
Defund the police. Why should we defund the police?
Take defund the police. Classic luxury belief. That cause was most supported by the wealthiest Americans. It was least supported by poor Americans who are at least twice as likely to be victims of violent crime compared to the middle class. Where I grew up, we were lucky there were police to call. Next up, decriminalizing drugs. That's another luxury belief.
All drugs should be decriminalized.
I want to decriminalize drug possession for personal use, and here's why.
Should crystal meth be legal? The answer is yes.
That movement has been most supported by well-educated Americans, less so by those without a college degree, who are more likely to experience.
If you've ever had to deal with a crackhead, you're probably you might have had to deal with one crackhead in your life. If you've ever had to deal with crackheads on a consistent basis, you're gonna hear the truth out of this.
It's the downsides of the drug trade. My mom once tied me to a chair with a belt while she got high. And it's not just me. Since 2000, the number of foster kids has doubled due to parental drug use. Luxury beliefs are all over the place. Get rid of the SAT.
4 hours of my life down the drain.
SAT scores help underprivileged kids get into college. Reject marriage.
I find marriage completely.
What is there a? It's all white women and a white man. Can someone explain to me why SATs are like such a hot topic? Like, oh, these things are so bad. I never studied for my SATs. I took them one time. I got a good enough score to get into like 4 colleges, and I left it there. They are not hard. I was a high B or a high C, low B student in high school. In my good classes, okay? It's not hard to get a good score on the SATs.
Pointless. For poor kids, one of the strongest predictors of success is having married parents. As a kid, I would have done anything to have had 2 stable parents. There are 3 golden rules of luxury beliefs. Did you notice campus protesters acting like refugees? Luxury beliefs help many elites feel like they deserve what they have. After all, today's progressive activists are twice as likely than average to make over $100,000 a year.
Jesus.
Why are you doing this to me? You
By the looks of it, you would think these protesters were facing serious consequences.
This morning, police say at least 45 pro-Palestinian protesters were arrested at Yale University. Police say they were later released.
But the stakes are pretty low when you're released with no major penalties.
I deliver right here to the right. How am I going to get through?
The part that bothers me the most, when the privileged claim to fight for the underdog, but actually hurt them instead. Remember when an heir and his fellow vigilantes faced off with a janitor at Columbia? That was luxury beliefs in action. Privileged men wrestling a blue-collar worker, all in the name of the marginalized.
It's just scary just thinking that you're locked in with a bunch of crazies.
Of course, not all protesters are super privileged.
I repeatedly said that my family has been killed, and that is why I am here. And as I was saying that through the megaphone, police officers snatched the megaphone out from my hand and threw it behind them.
And it's great that people with privilege care about injustice, but too many of these people don't know what they're protesting.
Among the protesting without a plan, without any idea of what you want to come out of it, besides the most extreme possibility, is what I've criticized, especially with the Palestinian protesters, right? Like, we're protesting hard. We're protesting up to and including violently. And our asks are that universities stop doing university things if it's tied to Israel, or like at U of H, my H-town, my hometown. For them, they were protesting because Sabra hummus is a product of Israel, or some big, I think it's Sabra, like the big hummus brand, was being sold at a hotel that's located on campus because it's like we have a big hospitality school. The campus doesn't have control over what the Hilton on the UH campus serves. So they were protesting for nothing. So what's the point of the protest? It's protesting for the sake of protesting, to show everybody else that you are on the good side of things.
These white, woke, pampered children from wealthy families, there's a complete ignorance about the complexities of this issue.
Luxury belief activists turn causes into props that transfer attention to where students really want it, on themselves.
Do you want students to die of dehydration and starvation? This is like basic humanitarian aid we're asking for. Like, could people please have a glass of water?
Jesus.
Here's what...
And he's bringing up, like, literally beat for beat all the things that I talked about when I was so mad about the protests. Like, when during the civil rights era, there were penalties. There were major penalties for front yard shield. Right now, I am watching something. I will reply to you when I'm done, okay? During the civil rights era, they knew that they were going to get attacked by police. They knew that bad things were going to happen, right? But they had specifics in their asks. They had an actual plan about how to go about things, and they were willing to accept the consequences of civil disobedience. These guys who are protesting now whine and cry when people get arrested. When, like for example, like one of the things that they would do is they would go and they would do sit-ins at a diner, right, where there was like a whites only sign on the door, and they would sit down and they would do nothing to anybody. They would try to order, and they would just sit peacefully, and then they would get attacked for it, and that made them look like actual victims because they were being victimized. And they accepted all of the pain, all of the shit that happened in order to achieve that goal, to show everyone how brutal and how stupid these laws were, how unjust they were. What law are the protesters nowadays breaking that is an unjust law? They're not. They're just protesting for the sake of protesting.
Protests look like without luxury beliefs. The protesters of the 60s had more skin in the game, yet almost always practiced nonviolence. Sure, no movement has been perfect. But today's students oversimplify complex geopolitical issues into narratives of good versus evil while destroying property and harassing people along the way. So, how should they protest? Amplify the stories of everyone except yourself. Amplify the stories of victims. And if taking a stand means you don't get a degree or a job, don't protest the consequences. Accept them. Instead, when Savior Theater is done for the day, campus protest.
You accept the consequences to show everyone how unjust the consequences are. Just like the people that were sitting in during the civil rights era. Just like the people who were doing peaceful protests and marches and then getting, blasted by fire hose and bitten by police dogs. They accepted the consequences to show how ridiculous the injustice was, how ridiculous the unjust laws were. And then they could use the injustice against them in service of the unjust law to further their cause. But these guys don't do that.
Protesters have the best luxury of all, someone else cleaning up the mess.
A quiet and mostly empty UCLA campus except for cleanup crews after the pre-dawn crackdown.
We have one more thing here at the end that Gas has sent us, and it is 2 centimeters tall. Violence never brings permanent peace. It solves no social problem. It merely creates new and more complicated ones. Violence is impractical because it is a descending spiral ending in destruction for all. It is immoral because it seeks to humiliate the opponent rather than to win his understanding. It seeks to annihilate rather than convert. Violence is immoral because it thrives on hatred rather than love. It destroys community and makes brotherhood impossible. It leaves society in monologue rather than dialogue. Violence ends up defeating itself It creates bitterness in the survivors and brutality in the destroyers. Notice how, like, the people that this guy was talking about, they'll cite Martin Luther King, but they'll use one line out of everything that he said. That rioting is the language of the unheard. Without looking at the context of that statement in the Birmingham, or the letter from the Birmingham jail, and ignoring every single other statement that Martin Luther King Jr. ever said, literally ever. It's insane to me. Waiting room? Uh-oh, 1 second. There's more wrong with modern protests than just they aren't displaying. Oh, hold on. Vigilante. I can't do any conversations on this stream. Tomorrow I will be able to, but today I cannot because my setup is a laundry basket. I don't know. He might have muted the stream. How's DC so far? It's pretty nice. Tron, good segment. Oh, wrong thing. I'm typing in. No, still listening? Yeah, sorry. I legitimately just don't have the setup to do a conversation right now. Otherwise, I would. Tomorrow, though, I'll probably stream again and try and grift some more money off of you guys because I'm poor and destitute. Come into the VC then. We can start off the stream with that. But today, it's just, yeah. Depending on what time you stream tomorrow, we can. Yeah, shoot me a DM. I was just about to DM you. Shoot me a DM when you're available, but I just can't right now. It summed up your time streaming. Yeah, see, like, here's like the crazy thing. I went from being on the side of those protesters to understanding where they're coming from and why they're doing what they're doing, to understanding where they're coming from, but absolutely despising them for the actions that they take. Because on some level we agree, right? On some level we agree on like most of these issues, but the problem is their way of going about it is so deranged and so counterproductive and so harmful to the very people that they are claiming to be speaking for. It just boggles my mind. It actually is so blackpilling that we have this protest culture in America without any direction, no direction whatsoever. And that's what's so bad about it. But, okay, let's see here. Let's close out some tabs here. Whatever, I'm voting for Trump. Should we watch this? It's kind of long, and we've been streaming for 2 hours, 17 minutes, and this is a horrible position for me to be sitting in. Do I want to... They just need to punch a pillow? Yeah, learn to scream into your pillow. Sondsol going to help me warm up for my 5-hour 1v1 stream? Yeah, 100%. Wait, when is that, by the way? 1v1 is at 9 p.m. EST. Oh, yeah, I won't be going that long. So we can talk well before that. Remember this when someone brings up the Twitter files? Oh, open on the wrong tab. I did it again. And really quick before we move on to whatever we talk about next, I am going to, once again, I'm going to do this after every segment, everything that we talk about, et cetera, instead of on the hour, every hour. Right now, your boy is in dire straits, all right? This is my only form of income for, the very, very short term. I'm sending out job applications, of course, because I just moved. But sending out job applications, I sent out one earlier today. There are a couple more that I just need to update my resume to send out a resume to them. But this is my only form of income. And if you guys want to help a brother out, I spent basically all of my money on the way up here getting gas, because gas is way more expensive than you would imagine for a 21 hours straight drive. Maybe that's not surprising, but I was hoping that it would be less than it was. So if you guys want to use the Stream Elements link in the description of the YouTube channel, or I can see if I still have it copied to my, I sure do. There's a link to that right there for the YouTubers, and for the Kick people, there's that. Any amount of money that you guys drop my way would be super, super helpful, super, super appreciated. It's all going straight to the Ramen Noodle Fund. Wait, where did you move? The DC metro area. So I'm on East Coast now. East Coast time. Will you check this out in your free time? Why did you move to DC? I will DM you about that. What is this that you just linked to me? Worldview and mind. Religious thought and psychological development. No, I'm not going to read that. Sorry. At least not in the near future. And also, it's $55. I'm telling you right now that I am like horribly impoverished, and you just sent me a book that's $55? My guy. Let's see what this is. Destiny can't understand. Hold on. Let's go through the thread here. Okay, let's start
Many times after, he has said many times after having been questioned many times about this, that he's not stepping down and he's going to be the nominee. So at some point, Democrats have to decide that they want to try to win this election and turn their fire on Donald Trump. I think there is, I shouldn't have said turn their fire. I apologize. That was not the phrase that I meant. They need to turn their focus on Donald Trump. Right?
Because he has so said many normal. It's so normal to like talk about like friendly fire, like because that's what it's been. It's what like it's been friendly fire for the past 3 months, especially in the past month and a half. Especially in the past month, it's been friendly fire. But like we have to like suddenly we have to like change the way that we talk so extremely because oh no, now Donald Trump had an assassination attempt, so we can never criticize him or use like normal political speech. Like what are we supposed to do? We need to use attack ads targeting Trump's. I mean, sorry, I didn't mean to say targeting Trump. That would no. We need to do attack ads that are referencing all of Trump's mishaps and debacles over time, and really, you know, put his actions in the crosshair. Well, not like a gun crosshair. I mean, like, you know, like we need to like pinpoint. We need to pinpoint and put a fine point on what he's talking about. Like, come on. And then like juxtapose that with the way that conservatives have been talking about Democrats for the past 12 years. Plus, if you include Obama and all the times that they talked about killing Obama and stringing him up, like, come on. It's not that a simple turn of phrase is wrong. It's that they couple this with, and he is an existential threat to us. Yeah, and you guys say that about literally everything about Donald Trump. Or you guys say that about everything like that Donald Trump wants to happen. Like, oh, the southern border is an existential threat to our country, and all this money that we're giving to Ukraine and to, and to these countries that like aren't even us in the Pacific. Like, that's an existential threat to us when we have so much problems here at home. And like you guys use the existential threat line too. The problem is we're correct. We're truthful when we say that Trump is an existential threat to us. The difference is that we're telling the truth and you guys lie.
I'll put it this way. Should Democrats be in jail? No question.
Destiny used that. Remember, there are zero values for any of these people. It's all team sports, whether it's Elon, Ruben, Poole, whoever. There are zero values over here. They've got their paychecks and they've sold you out. It's on to the next grift. What is this?
There is the argument that he's trying to troll and generate traffic. Right. If he was, he'd say something like, this may really anger people, but I'm going to stand by it. I think many of these people are supporting a traitor, and these are the natural consequences, blah, blah, blah. If he said it like that, people would be like, come on my show and debate that. That's shocking. Instead, he's gloating and saying things like, you deserve to burn in hell, you traitor scum, and you all deserve it, blah, blah, blah.
Elon got him, too. Elon, I think he demonetized. I think he got demonetized. I don't know.
He got a few posts taken down. I don't know how many. I know one was taken down. But this is something I've seen messages people are posting and conversations saying he's persona non grata from my show. Let me put it this way. I had someone ask me, Tim, would you host him again? I said, no, he's never allowed on my show. And it's not because I have a personal.
I have a friend that lost a foot and has a prosthetic, and they take it off. Oh, to diabetes? Oh, well, I don't know about that one. They lost it to a train running over them. So maybe it makes it a little cooler. I don't know.
Beef with them. It's because if you were to come on my show and advocate for the things he's advocating for, we get insta banned. And I think a lot of
yes, ouch. It was the 2 times I've heard the story was absolutely harrowing. Getting hit on a motorcycle by a train with no headlights on and no the things didn't go down, and so he tried to cross because he didn't know there was a train. There was no headlights. So he obviously sued and he got a lot of money out of it, but he got dragged. He got dragged like a quarter of a mile. The train doesn't come out of nowhere. Well, obviously it came from either his left or his right. But he was on a motorcycle and he had a helmet on, so he didn't have good peripherals. The arms didn't go down saying that there was a train, and it didn't have headlights on. So trains don't stop that quickly. I don't know how long it was, but I know like a mile was in there somewhere, and I just assume it's got to be a quarter mile. He got dragged a long way, and they had to take his leg off, and he got a big old paycheck out of that. So I do know someone that lost their leg, and they do take it off.
Other streamers, and the reason why a lot of people are saying he's persona non grata is because if you invite him on your show and he decides to say the things he posted, your show will get taken down and you will get a strike, and nobody wants that. Yeah. Nobody wants a guy on their show who's publicly calling for the death of other people and gloating about it.
Laura Loomer on your show. Yeah, like Gas just said, Laura Loomer on your show. Destiny said that. Tim Pool said, Destiny can't understand the difference between we must use legal means to criminally charge those who have committed crimes and then execute them. And Trump is an existential threat. Get in their faces, punch a Nazi, tear down statues, censor our opponents, etc. I'm sorry, do any of those imply shooting anybody? Civil war. A war between citizens of the same country fought through legal means. Jesus. All right. I'm trying to decide what we should actually... Destiny, he took the video down right after. Destiny, after trying to get Boogie to cut himself, also took his video down right after. Wait, can you link me a clip of that? Because I haven't heard of that. Okay. Okay, let me respond to what Panda said in chat a minute ago. What did he tag me in? He was tagging me like crazy while I was talking about. How do you on the left simultaneously have people saying death to America and then want to give the federal government more power? Your side literally gave the president God powers. I think it's TOS. I don't think it's TOS if I watch it. I think it's TOS if you make it happen. Didn't Boogie fake cancer? Yes. Here, I'll listen to it first and make sure that it's kosher. Why is it muted? Why is there no sound? Did I pull out my earphone?
In their fucking brain.
Okay, you guys are getting audio, but I'm not. Why? Well, that's all depending on whether I can hear it or not. 1 second. There we go. Two to 2:15 is the TOS part. Why does it only go up to? Okay, I'll just have to do it like this. I don't think that that's TOS for us to pull it up on stream. Might be, but who knows? Okay, well, too late now.
Woman, guess what? They do it because they're self-harming, because there's something wrong in their fucking brains. I'm not talking about if you're a little bit fat like Muda carrying around an extra 20 pounds or whatever. Okay, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the people that eat themselves to fucking death. We do it because something's wrong, dipshit. It's a form
I think what's
of
happening, I
self-harm.
think you do it because the food tastes really good and exercise
No,
sucks.
and that's one of the worst parts about it. I don't even like the taste of food anymore.
Honestly, bro.
If you don't like the taste of food, why drink diet
Why did you
Mountain
miss
Dew
it?
instead of just drinking water?
Because it's a form of self-harm. Because I'm destroying
You
my
drink
body.
diet Mountain. You go to the store, you spend money on a drink that you apparently don't like just to hurt yourself.
That
Have you tried-
yes!
You know, cutting is way cheaper, right?
Thank
Like
you.
one razor blade will last you a lifetime.
I used to cut. I'm just
saying,
don't like it. And you're
Jesus Christ.
encouraging people to cut? Go fuck yourself. I used
Bro,
to
what are we
cut.
talking
I
about
used
right
to
now?
cut.
I can't
don't
taste
know.
anything,
You're
but I drink
encouraging people to
aspartame
cut.
soft
You're
drinks.
encouraging people to cut their
Jesus
fucking arms.
Christ.
Last I fucking heard, the guy who laughed at fucking Donald Trump's assassination.
How many times have they interacted at this point? Like 3? Because I saw the initial confrontation, and I watched about half of the follow-up. Is this number 3?
Tim,
or is this the end of number 2 that I never got to?
Telling people to cut their fucking arms. Go fuck yourself.
I'm just saying that it would be a lot
I'm just
cheaper
saying,
than
cut
wasting your money on
yourself. I'm just
diet
saying, cut
Dr.
yourself.
Mountain
I'm
Dew,
just saying
whatever the
you should
fuck.
slice your fucking arms open. Oh, you want to see that? Hold on. Okay, I'll do it. Give me 30 seconds.
No.
Holy
wait,
shit, the
whoa,
next
what is he
era
doing?
of boogie
Don't-
self-harm.
Oh, God.
No, he's waiting for you to tell him to stop. That's what he's doing. He's waiting.
Well, I'm falling for it. He better not do nothing fucking stupid.
He's going to come back with the razor. He's going to hold it up, and he's going to...
I
He
can't
called it
the,
beforehand,
yeah,
dude.
sorry.
I can't
But the
believe
only
we
thing-
discovered in this stream that he literally fucking Googled it. No one said the word cancer before he rushed and made that video.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that.
Dude, like he was excited as fuck. He was like, he comes home. He's like, you know that episode of South Park where like fucking Cartman's like, I've got golden dick.
All right, now we can't watch. Let's skip to...
Okay. All right. All right. No. No. No, no. No, no. No. Fucking no. No. God. What the fuck? No.
No.
On woman, guess what?
Okay. Oh. Okay, good for him. Never show me that image ever again. Find the other one? Well, I don't even know where I would look if Destiny took down his video. All right, really quick before I look at this meme. I don't have too much longer left in me on stream because sitting on the floor like this is really, really, really painful. My back hurts really bad. So I probably got like just a couple more minutes. All right. So let's get through some good memes. MAGA is crumbling as they realize they can't gaslight America about the shooting. Fuck Paul Pelosi and hang Mike Pence. What's TND? Not Trump derangement syndrome. Trump. Oh, that guy at the Trump rally died. I genuinely have no rational counter to this. Oh, no. I feel like I'm discriminated against in this community. You honestly wouldn't even be that discriminated against if you didn't, like, do word salads, dude. Yeah, Destiny still has his video up. Can you link it to me just so I don't have to, like, sit here and try and figure out which one it is because I don't know which one it is? Just send it to me on Discord or Twitter because I'm unbanned on Twitter now. Do I have to post again so I can ask you the question? Yes, please. Because I don't know how far I have to scroll up, so go ahead and just ask it again. All right. Jesus Christ. Also, once again, I'm going to shill. I'm going to tell you guys, once again, I am super fucking poor. I have $2 in my bank account and like $12 in cash. If you guys want to help a brother out, this is like the big time where I need to ask people for money. I'm not good at asking people to donate or anything like that, but this is my sole form of income right now. So just going to drop one more time. Oh shit, I totally copy and pasted a different copy link address. No, that's not what I want. Copy this, paste that. $5, $3, $2, any amount genuinely does help. All right, I'm going to be shilling super hard for the next couple of days until I'm able to find gainful employment over here. All right. Do you agree with the? I'm sorry. I'm just going to say no because I don't know what it means. Boogie just sent Keem a video with a dead child in frame. Hold on.
That was a joke.
All right, cool. Boogie.
Oh, how
Yeah,
about,
Boogie.
Here's another one. Here's
Boogie,
another one where you got
Boogie.
busted.
Hold on. Stop. Listen to what I'm saying.
The caption says, Boogie sent Keem a video with a dead child in frame to pull up on stream and expose Destiny.
What? Don't send me videos of kids dying to play on fucking stream. Like,
Yeah, that's fair.
Come on,
That's
bro.
fair.
What are you doing?
Well, this is just Andrew Tate setting and reading some of his DMs.
That was a.
Jesus Christ. I thought that was going to show something. Let's see here. Let's see what they said.
I did say medical record.
See what they said right after the thing.
Hey, tons of views. And
Yeah.
I
I can't believe we discovered in this stream that he literally Googled it. No one said the word cancer before he rushed and made that video.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that.
Dude, like he was excited as he was like, he comes home, he's like, you know that episode of South Park where like Cartman's like, I've got golden dick. He's like, I've got this cancer, bro. Now I can fucking make tons of views. And I can
And like, imagine like after
Do
googling
nothing
it,
with that knife. Do
after
not do
Googling
anything
it,
with
we
that
don't
knife.
think-
No, no, no,
No, he
no,
wants me to. He
no,
told me to, right?
no, 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 no.
This is so much better than eating a
Put that away
sandwich.
right
So
now.
much better than eating a sandwich, Destiny.
Put that away
You
right
fucking
now.
Piece of shit.
What else do you lie about? Is your real name not even Boogie?
Yeah,
I think it has to be the.
That's a nickname.
You're just socially adept at this. There's no way you can have that social cue.
It's a nickname.
Destiny knew it was coming up, so he knew what was coming up, so he went like this. He changed his screen. Jesus.
What else do you lie about? Is your real name not even Boogie?
Yeah,
I think it has to be the.
That's a nickname.
You're just socially adept at this. There's no way you can have that social cue.
It's a nickname, obviously. Is your real name Destiny?
Only when I'm stripping.
Liar. Good show.
Okay, have fun, guys. Good luck. Except for you, Boogie. You are a manipulative, horrible human being. I hope people around you realize it. It's not about your health things, okay? Being fat, okay? That you're ugly on the inside, not on the outside. Inside, not on the outside, okay?
Go ahead and vilify somebody who just exercised their American rights. Go ahead and do that. Laugh at a dead fireman, you piece of shit.
Jesus. I'm going to have to watch that myself.
There's kind of two ways.
I'll probably watch that on my own time. I'll keep it open. Boogie said that he would show medical records if Destiny asked him nicely last night. Well, I asked him about his condition nicely last night, and he bitched about me by name on stream. Interesting. I might have. I don't know. Keep watching. It gets dark.
Are you going to go volunteer for your fire department anytime soon? Because if so, I might.
11 dead firemen.
Anyways,
My dad was a volunteer
just back
fireman.
to work.
My dad was a volunteer fireman. Go for yourself.
Okay, good luck.
Didn't your dad also left? Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Well, if you want to know
Fucking wild
specifically
shit.
would you like to specifically know what my dad did? My dad got drunk because he was an alcoholic.
Sure, I guess. Why not?
And he exposed himself to me.
Okay.
And then he encouraged me with him, which is not cool. Specifically with
I don't want to make any jokes right now.
Those
I'm already
really
enough
jerked you
trouble
off
on
or
the internet,
something?
so good luck.
Jesus Christ.
I can't be in that.
Dude.
There's like a billion totally inappropriate jokes just came to my head. Okay.
Insane. All right. I think I'm going to have to call it there, guys. Once again, I'm going to chill super hardcore. I'm going to be annoying about it. All right. But if you love me, all right. If you guys love me and you love my content and you guys want to help a brother out, all right, there is the donation link. Literally $1, $2. It all helps. It really genuinely does. It's all going to the ramen noodle fund so that I can continue to eat until until I'm able to find gainful employment. I will probably try to stream a couple of times. Well, actually, I don't know what my stream schedule is going to be, but I'm going to have my furniture hopefully back tomorrow, barring any act of God. So, assuming I'm able to like unpack enough stuff and, you know, have the desk set up and all of that shit, we'll be back tomorrow. I've been going through existential questions recently, so I'm looking into the philosophers and psychologists of the Western tradition to give clarity and soothe my angst. Ultimately, my faith is in Hashem's Torah. We was going through. Well, I had a full existential break from reality a couple of years ago because of looking into philosophy. So I guess I know what you're talking about, but I came to a different conclusion that there's no way for us to. I had to learn to become comfortable with the fact that existential questions ultimately have no truthful answer, and you just have to find some way to be comfortable with the lack of answers. So if the Torah is doing that for you, that's great. I learned to just be comfortable in the discomfort. Anyways, I love you guys very much. This has been fun, and it has been a nice little outlet since I haven't been able to stream for a while. But that will be changing because, again, I'm going to be grifting you guys for every penny that I possibly can simply to survive. I love you guys very much. I'm going to guilt trip the fuck out of you guys, too. I'm going to be like Boogie2989. All right? I'm going to be Boogie2988 2, 3, and 4. Okay? Anyways, I love you guys very much. I'll catch you guys tomorrow or the next day. Just depends. All right? Catch you guys later.